Hey, Asa here. I'm trying to get this out in, let's say, 1 hour. I gotta get to Anime Expo. It's July 1st, 8 a.m., and I'm going at 9-ish. I just wanted to talk about the Minos operators really quick while it's still relevant. We've got three new ones, and it's been years since we got a new operator. Perfumer came out with Exu Alter on a technicality. That's when everyone got their hidden factions. So if they were kinda part of a niche before, then they all got it. So of course Exu joined Laterano, because if not, she would just be Ping Logistics, and that'd be kind of odd. But Perfumer got Minos then. Before that, it was Arado during CC9 Deepness. Yeah, it's been that long. I'm kind of excited if you can't tell. Man, it's a shame that GPG broke right when this update came out. I wanted to stream the hell out of it. I was just playing it on my own, enjoying it. Honestly, it might have been better because I get to really take it in, unlike with streaming where you gotta perform a bit. But oh, I'm so happy. So, in terms of niche, which is what this is actually about, we got one new main operator and two new full operators. In this case, when I say main and full, main is the actual faction. If you go to the page, it lists them. If you go to the archives, then they're in the actual faction there. So Perfumer, Distiller, Perfumer Alter here, and Titi would be in full, which is everything. I guess it'd be called side, and then main plus side is full. But they got hidden factions, so they're on the side. When I say full, I mean they're included, but when I say main, they're not included. Main, of course, is the actual people listed as Minoan in Minos, and they have the Minos icon in their operator tab, assuming you turn off the skin, because nowadays you can't see it if you have the skin on. Heck, even ET sometimes. Anyways, so Varkáris is main, TT and Distiller are full, and how are they like? First and foremost, Varkáris. Minos main had a big issue before where it's just not enough operators. We've had 5 operators and we're trying our best, but it's really hard to get stuff done because there's just not enough bodies. So Varkáris is kind of repetitive. He's the 4th guard. We've got Palace, we've got Sedroka, we've got Conviction, we've got Varkáris, and they're all different archetypes, but it's still hard to play IS sometimes because he needs so many guard vouchers. I mean, it's still hard, but I digress. But Varkáris is nice because he's a good mid-range between Palace's 2 block and Vulcan's 3 block at their different costs. Palace is like 15-ish, Vulcan's 31. And also with damage, right? Side Roka is 20 DP for arts damage, and Vulcan is mostly defense at 31. Varkáris is just a lot of physical damage at 20-ish, 25, 24. I haven't committed to memory yet, but he's good. Like, he's just good at being stable. And when he's around, you don't have to use Conviction as much, because previously we didn't have any blockers. Well, any extra blockers. So now we have one more body, which means Conviction can go do something else that's maybe not as required. So that's nice. Okay. Skill 1 is good. I like it. It's decent, and it's easy, right? Arado has a crit skill, a crit auto skill. Palace has a crit auto skill. Conviction has a crit auto skill. Now Varkáris has a crit auto skill. It's just nice. Plus triple hit is really cool too. But skill 2 is where it's really awesome. I didn't care too much about it, but then after thinking about it, it's just great. And then trying it out, oh my god, it's bonkers. So the shield effect is really big. Being a Centurion, he's got quite a bit of HP. Not like Crusher HP, but still pretty good. But the multiplier on his attack is double. He does 200%. That's double damage on every single hit. And that's on top of his own extra damage multiplier. That's on top of Palace's attack modifier from Vigor. It goes crazy. Now, he didn't get the mod that boosts his damage, or the base mod effect, where I think Centurions will do more damage to people they're blocking or something like that. But honestly, it's still good. Right, that'd be overkill. We do need more defense anyways, because Palace is mostly damaged, Side Roka is kind of iffy at 1 block, Conviction is Conviction, and Vulcan is mostly defense, so it's nice having Varkáris like that. Now, going on to Titi and Distiller, let me get Distiller first because she's faster. Skill 1 is also a crit skill. It's not offensive recovery, but it's still like the big hit on skill, cast it, and then it starts to regenerate again. It's low SP, and it just activates. That's the important part. It's super convenient. Of course, now that we have TT, healing's a bit more iffy, but it is more consistent if Perfumer, the normal version, isn't enough, so it's quite nice. Skill 2, the buff, is actually pretty good. I can't really say I've used it enough yet because this has only been 1 weekend, but it's nice just having more damage, right? We have Palace Vigor, We have mod effects. We have Varkáris now, or Titi gives attack speed. So you throw in Distiller's skill 2 buff on top of that, you get so many modifiers, right? Take Arata, for example. Like all that I just mentioned, plus her skill 1 crit skill, plus if we're hitting big targets, then she does extra damage, plus if they're sleeping, she ignores their defense. So many modifiers. You could apply that to other operators too. It is great. It is a bit jank though, because you actually do need to heal to get it to work. That's what the -1% is for. It's to make sure people aren't always topped off so she can keep reapplying the buff, because it's only like 3 seconds long or something like that. It's actually kind of interesting with Varkáris, because if she manages to get a heal on Varkáris before Varkáris gets shield from his skill 2, she will actually give Varkáris shield while still draining his health, which means she can still heal him, which still gives him shield. It's not a very brilliant combo for regular gameplay, but for me, that's so cool. And then, of course, Sanctuary, Sanctuary. It's a little weird when we already have 3 healers in Minos full, right? Titi, Distiller, Perfumer, but it's still nice because preventing damage is better than healing damage. And then Titi herself, she is fantastic. Like, everyone talks about skill 2. Skill 2 is great, obviously, but skill 3 is also really good. It's just she hits stuff and everything around her falls asleep. It's not super consistent because there's a tag where she doesn't put sleeping enemies back to sleep. She only puts non-sleeping enemies back to sleep. By the way, that's the use case for skill 1. If you need someone to stay asleep the whole time, you got to take your chance with skill 1, but that's that. That's what you use it for. Skill 3 though, amazing. And then of course skill 2 is so good. Like, it's bonkers. You put another ally to sleep and everyone around them also goes to sleep. So healing is kind of iffy sometimes because you'll think you're healing, but you're not, because you actually need to still hit something to heal. But you basically give someone invulnerability for a second, and assuming the enemy is sleepable, you're also stalling that enemy, which gives you SP cycles. So Vulcan, for example, is really good with this because Vulcan can't be healed anyways, but if you can stall for Vulcan's skill, those famously long skills, it's great. It's fantastic. And this isn't even including the fact that Minos doesn't have arch damage, really. Again, there was Sideroka, there was Conviction Skill 2, there's now Distiller, who does it on auto, and Titi, who does it on auto. And of course, Titi's skills do even more arch damage. So it's so nice running Minos full now. I'm really happy with these operators. I know it's only one actual operator, actual in quotations, right? Again, only one operator for full, which is Varkáris, but having Distiller, having Titi, actually having 9 ops, it's so exciting to be able to look at a stage and think, yeah, I can at least try this. Because back when it was just 5 ops and 6 with Perfumer, sometimes I just look at a stage and like, yeah, no, not doable. Demazi? Nah, not even gonna try. Well, okay, maybe a bit, just see if I can like poke around a bit, but not gonna get any of that. Sanguinarch, same thing, just like throw it in there. And of course, any EXA stages. CC is of course the big one, but Minos and CC was a joke. I don't know how good it is now. Probably not gonna be still that good because it's a 9-op niche. I'm gonna be sad that Minos can't just freebie take the 5-op deploy anymore, or like the 7-op and squad thing, because now we got 9 ops. No more free tag, but hey, at least I have more options. I shouldn't even be rambling this much. I don't even think I have the footage for this, but I am really happy with the ops so far. Are they gonna be really meta defining? I mean, this is supposed to be an advanced video anyways. Obviously, it's not only for advanced players, but it's in the context of advanced. We don't care about meta here. Rather, it doesn't really apply because we're talking about specifically Minos anyways, so we're already throwing meta out the window. Obviously, Varkáris is about decent. If you have other options, you're probably going to go with that. And there's plenty of other options. You don't see Centurions too much nowadays, except for people who are committed to them or people who just really need that nice mid ground. TT may be used here and there, depending, though I think Reed Flambe is still really good. Right? Skill 2, skill 3, those are fantastic. And then I can't see people using Distiller too much. Obviously, skill 1 might be good for like autos, but then Haruka exists, Quercus exists. Heck, we still have the bards, right? Sculptor's still there, Sublight Turn is there. So I don't see them being used overall too much, but as someone who gets to benefit from them, it is super nice. It's like the thing with Vulcan mod. Everyone thought Vulcan mod was bad, except me, because it specifically helps me with a skill issue that I have. This is what this is, right? Varkáris is an extra body, can block more, can hit multiple things at once. Yeah, but before this, the only AoE or multi-hit that Minos had was Conviction skill 2 and Palace skill 3, and kind of Vulcan skill 2, but that's it. Yeah, so Varkáris just naturally doing that, naturally being 3 block, naturally being able to do both big damage and defend himself, naturally giving everyone else a buff, so you don't necessarily need to keep Palace on the field anymore for that bigger buff. Great. Uh, yeah. That's it. See you later. Yeah, sorry this wasn't edited too well. I'm actually rushing it. I gotta get going and... You know, why didn't I just make this earlier? Anyway, see you.